was the start of my sophomore year. I had my broken heart, you were my biggest fear. And then you watched me run out of all the right things to say, still finding reasons to stay with you. Gave you a call because I needed a ride, and never thought I'd be with you in your passenger side. And now we're driving downtown. Baby, you make me feel young, like I just turned 21, yeah. I don't mind if you stay on my side and never let go. I don't mind if you stay all the time, I'll never let go. While we're up in my room, I'm laughing. Your feet are too small when you try on my shoes, and then search my face now.
Hey, welcome back to another weekly reading vlog. So I have had a little bit of sun today, and honestly I feel on top of the world. I had to go to my dad's. I've mentioned to you guys a couple of times recently that for some reason a few of my wishlist parcels that were sent to me for my birthday ended up at my dad's. Still have absolutely no idea how that happened because my PayPal address is still my dad's address. However, I didn't pay for these items myself. They came from my wish list, so I don't know how they've ended up there because everything else ended up here. Like my wish list address is my current address, but some reason, somehow, some way, a few items ended up at my dad's. So I will be opening those for you guys in just a little minute. However, first, of course, I would like to let you guys know what I'm currently reading. So when I wrapped up last week's vlog, which I haven't even started editing yet, I'm gonna have to do that tomorrow daytime and try and have it up for 6. I was 155 pages into King of Sword and Sky by C.L. Wilson. This was kindly gifted to me for my birthday by Grace Elizabeth, so thank you so much for that. This is the third book in the Tyrant Soul series, which is an adult fantasy romance series that follows a fairy king called Rain Tyrant Soul, who is looking for a cure to an ailment that is plaguing this mythical race of big winged cats called Tyrant, as the Fae race is very closely tied to the species, so if they die out, then the Fae will eventually die out as well. While he's looking for this cure, he finds a mortal girl called Elisetta Barastani, and as soon as he lays eyes on her, he knows that she is his true mate. This is strange for a number of reasons. The first one is that Rain is a Tyrant Soul, which means that he has the spirit of a Tyrant living inside him and he can shapeshift, and in the history of the world a Tyrant Soul has never had a true mate. And the second reason that this is strange is that Elisetta is mortal. However, as we move through the series, we do quickly discover that everything with Elisetta is not as it seems. She's possibly not mortal, and the events of this series are also very closely tied to a 1,000-year-old war that took place between the Fae and the mages. So 155 pages into this, I didn't read a single page yesterday. I'm still yet to read a page today. I'm currently in the process of packing candle orders because they're nearly done. Tomorrow I will have cleared all of my candle orders aside from a custom candle order that I took last night, but everything else is going to be gone. So my enjoyment of this so far, it's going okay. I do enjoy this series. I think it has a very good balance of the fantasy elements and the romance elements. This series is not my favorite. The reason for that is mainly because the romance is not to my particular taste. The fantasy elements are very good. I'm interested in the fantasy plot, and there's a wasp inside. Oh no, I'm gonna have to deal with that soon. And the romance is also good. It's just the relationship dynamics between these two characters is not really my favorite. There is insta-love right at the beginning of this series as Rain finds out that Elisetta is his true mate. Things progress quite slowly because she is not Fae, so she doesn't immediately accept this bond. But this series also falls into the stereotype of women are healers and they have healing magic and men are warriors, and Rain is very old-fashioned. The way that he speaks is kind of in an old-fashioned manner, while the rest of the Fae, Elisetta's quintet, who are the Fae that are assigned to protect her, have a lot of banter. So I really like those guys, and I don't really like the main male protagonist as much. That being said though, I'm still enjoying this series. This is on my Bookopoly TBR to read a fantasy romance, so I aim to have this done by the end of the week. But wish me luck guys, because I'm also starting another book today. So the other book that I'm starting is King of Scars by Leigh Bardugo. This is also on my Bookopoly TBR. These two are my last two Bookopoly books of the month. I'm buddy reading King of Scars with Jade. It's on my Bookopoly TBR to read a book that has a For Fans of blurb on it, and this one says is like the Hunger Games meets Potter meets Lord of the Rings meets Game of Thrones. This one was also kindly gifted to me by Kristen, so thank you so much, Kristen, for sending this my way. You guys are probably aware that I've been buddy reading the entire Grishaverse with Jade. This is the last book in the Grishaverse that we have to read. If my eyes are going everywhere, it's because I'm really just keeping an eye on that wasp that's just buzzing around. I don't know the plot of this one, but this is the first book in the last series that's going to be in the Grishaverse. The Grishaverse is a universe that's been created by Leigh Bardugo that follows characters that have Grisha abilities. Everything like magic system wise is explained in the first trilogy, the Grisha trilogy, and then the second series, the duology, which is Six of Crows, is more of a heist story. This one, I don't really know anything about it aside from that it follows one character from Six of Crows who I won't tell you about in case of spoilers, and it also follows Nikolai, who is my favorite character from the original trilogy. So I will let you know a little bit more about the actual plot of this when I've started it, but I didn't want this book because of what it's about. I wanted it because I enjoy the Grishaverse and it's the latest book, so I don't really have too much information on that right now. So I'm trying to be quick with this update because I have a pan of potatoes that are boiling and I don't want them to boil over while I'm filming an update. But I do have the two parcels I collected from my dad's to show you guys. They are both wishlist gifts, both assumedly from my birthday. Not a clue how they ended up at my dad's. It is a mystery. I'm really just confused and bewildered and I really want to know. Oh, so this one is season 7 of Pretty Little Liars. I'm like, how good does Ashley Benson look there? Oh, Ashley Benson is one of my original women crushes. Like, I fully am in love with that woman. Although I did just find out that she broke up with Cara Delevingne and she's now dating G-Eazy, and can somebody explain to me the appeal of G-Eazy, because he just looks slimy to me. I really don't get it. So this does not have a note with it. I mean, it was sent to the wrong address, so am I surprised that they didn't include a note? Not really. But thank you so much to whoever gifted me season 7 of Pretty Little Liars. Please let me know if you are watching this, if you gifted this to me so that I can thank you properly. I had this on my wish list because when I pack candle orders, I watch television. It's the only time I really watch television, and I'm currently making my way through Pretty Little Liars. I got up to season 5, which is the part where I've not seen any of it, because I have tried to watch Pretty Little Liars all the way through twice before. The first time when it was originally on, the second time when they were around season 6, season 7. I found out it was on Netflix, so I started watching it again in like November to finally make my way through, and then Netflix took it off just as I got to the part that I haven't seen before. So as I'm packing candle orders at the moment, actually, I've currently just started season 6 of Pretty Little Liars. So thank you for this. Please let me know who you are. And then this one feels like a book. Ooh, it's more than one book. Okay. No note again. So once again, if you did send this my way, please let me know. I've taken them out, but I haven't looked at them. So the first one is Angel's Blood by Nalini Singh. I found out about this series from Steph from the Novelty Corner, who is a great booktuber. She reads so many books and she does a wrap up every single week, so I love Steph. And she was reading this book. She's been reading this series, I don't know how long, but she is up to date with them as they are being published, and the spin-off series and all of that jazz. I was never really super interested in it because I didn't think urban fantasy was my thing. I didn't think paranormal romance was going to be my thing, especially seeing as I started the True Blood series and I've really been struggling with that. However, this has been recommended to me quite a lot. Steph loves it. She says it's amazing. This has been recommended to me because I love Crescent City, because I'm reading a whole ton of fantasy romance at the moment. So I'm gonna give it a try and we'll see what I think. I see why people have been recommending this to me based on Crescent City actually. This follows a vampire hunter called Elena Devereaux, who has been hired by the dangerously beautiful archangel Raphael. Apparently Raphael is a being so lethal that no mortal wants his attention. Only one thing is clear: failure is not an option. So yeah, I definitely understand why you guys have been recommending this to me based on my love of Crescent City, and I hope I can get to it soon. The second thing in this parcel was a graphic novel, and it is Rat Queens Volume 3 by, only has the last names of the creators here. I think is it Curtis J. Weeb, and Rock Upchurch used to be in it as well. I started this graphic novel series. This is Volume 3. I read Volumes 1 and 2 and I really enjoyed them. However, when we get to Volume 3, we do start to have a new art style in here that I don't love as much as I did in the first 2 volumes. Now, the reason why the art style has changed is perfectly understandable and I support it 100%. Essentially, the original illustrator for this series was convicted of charges for domestic abuse. So everybody else who works on this comic series decided that they cannot have somebody who is abusive towards women working on a series that is about empowering women and about like boozy battle maidens who have so much agency and are so fucking fabulous. So they got rid of him. They said that he couldn't work with them anymore. But I'm picky about art, and I hate to say it because all art is beautiful, but art is also very subjective, and I believe that they had somebody come in and work on this one, and I don't mind the art style in this one, although it's not the same as it is in the first 2 volumes. But when we get to volume 4 or 5, it changes into a almost watercolory art style, and I don't really like that. I think it's because you get attached to how the characters look, but every artist has a slightly different view on those characters, so they will all look slightly different. So I was very unsure about continuing, but I am going to read volume 3, see how I still feel about it, because I do love the plot. You know, we have 4 really fucking sassy battle maidens. They are mercenaries essentially, and they go on quests and missions to slay goblins and all of that jazz, and it's just really funny and I really enjoy it. So hopefully I'll get used to the art and all of that will be fine. So thank you kindly to the 2 lovely people who sent these 3 items my way. Please let yourselves be known so that I can thank you properly, and I am very grateful for your generosity. Okay, so I need to go check on my pan of potatoes, see how they're doing. I'm making homemade wedges, but if you put them in the oven, they literally take forever. So I parboil them first and then put them in the oven. You didn't need to know that. I just thought you might be interested, I guess. But I'm gonna go check on those, hopefully do some reading today. I have around 70 pages of this to read to keep on track for our buddy read, and also get my Kindle orders out. So I have been sucking at vlogging the last couple of weeks, and honestly, to be fair, I've been sucking at doing everything the last couple of weeks. I feel like I'm only giving like 20% of my energy to everything that I'm doing. I need a lot to do to function as a normal human. Like I need the pressure, I need a fire under my ass at all times to be able to get things done, because I feel like I'm lazy by nature. It's a Taurus thing. I don't necessarily believe wholeheartedly in the zodiac, but I do have a lot of traits that are common to my star sign. I'm lazy by nature. I've always been lazy by nature, so I started to combat this by giving myself things that I needed to do so that I would have to not be lazy. So I pretty much need a fire under my ass to get anything done. Like, I'm that bitch who is writing my assignment 24 hours before the deadline and submitting it and still managing to get a grade. So yeah, like I like a hefty to-do list. I like having things to do every single day, but there is a very fine line between enough things to do that I feel a constant pressure to keep moving, and so many things to do that I feel like it's pointless even trying to accomplish anything. When it gets to that point where I have so much to do that I'm struggling to accomplish things, I kind of shut down mentally and focus on the next thing that I need to do like immediately, and just refuse to think about the future at all, which is what I've been doing. I have also been sinking into a Fortnite hole, as I'm sure you guys have noticed, so any free time I have has been going over in that direction. I'm hoping to snap out of it in June because I'm participating in a couple of readathons, and because I've slumped this month, I've fallen behind on the read-alongs that I'm hosting. That was just a big unnecessarily ramble to let you guys know that I suck right now, but it's okay. Like, I don't feel bad about it. It's frustrating in the moment being like, I want to vlog, or I need to vlog, or I need to read, and I just can't be bothered to do it. But at the same time, I need a break. Everybody needs a break from time to time, and it's not the end of the world if I don't read a lot of books for 1 month. Saying that, I have actually read 9 books so far this month, but my page count is low because I've only been reading short things this month, so it seems like I've read a lot, but I've actually read about half of what I normally would. So ramble aside, I am currently 320 pages, that's a lie. I'm 220 pages into King of Scars by Leigh Bardugo. I just finished the buddy read section that I should have read last night because I was playing Fortnite till 1:30 AM. Oops. The sections are about 70 to 80 pages per day. So I'm about to start on today's section, which will be the first time that I've managed to do that before midnight the entire time I've been reading this thing, which is, I think we're in the 4th day today. But I'm also working at the same time because I finally got my box of plaques, which I've been waiting on for 2.5 to 3 weeks. The company that I buy them from are on extreme reduced staff, so everything is taking forever. I have a whole ton of overdue orders, which I'm going to clear through today, but I will be reading, because it takes about 4 to 5 minutes to print a plaque. So while I'm waiting, I read. So I need to try and tell you a little bit about this book without telling you what happens in the Grisha trilogy, because this very much follows the aftermath of what happens at the end of that series. So we have 3 main characters in here. We have Nikolai, who is a prince of Ravka in the original trilogy. We have Zoya, who is a squaller, which means that she can control air. She is a Grisha. And we also have Nina, who is also a Grisha, whose powers undergo a great change during the Six of Crows duology. So if you have read the Grisha series, you will know how everything wraps up, and if you've read Six of Crows, you will know how everything wraps up there. And it is essential to read both of those series before you go into this, because it very much does deal with and focus on the repercussions of everything that went on in those 2 series. I think we do just have 3 perspectives in here, which is Nikolai, Zoya and Nina, but we are following 2 kind of narratives. Nikolai and Zoya are together in Ravka, Nina is in Fyodor, and Nina is working undercover trying to get Grisha out of Fyodor and into Ravka, because after the whole war that went down in the first series, they need more soldiers for their army, as there were quite a lot of casualties. She is also dealing with some personal things, like I said, very much dealing with the repercussions of the end of Crooked Kingdom. So Nina's sections have been a little bit emotional in parts, I can't lie. And Nikolai is also dealing with his own personal problems, as he is trying to rebuild a country that has been in turmoil for many, many years, but on top of that is very recently war-torn, and he's trying to bring them to a time of peace and a time of stability, while a cult that worships the Darkling is rising up as a separate branch of like a weird holy militia thing that they have going on in this world. So am I enjoying this book? I'm not enjoying this book. I love Nikolai. Nikolai's my favorite character from the entire series, and I'm enjoying him because he still has that same banter. Like, he still has a witty remark to everything that anyone says. I also like Zoya, who in the original trilogy is regarded as the bitch of the trilogy. She's very beautiful, she is very powerful, and she's also very blunt, I want to say. She's a little bit rude, but I would pretty much define it as bluntness. So I am really enjoying those 2. Nina is a character from Six of Crows that everybody really loves. Generally, I'm not too bothered about her. I don't dislike her at all. I do like Nina. She's just not my favorite character from Six of Crows. So her perspective is not as interesting to me at the moment. And also she's in Fyodor, which is a very cold, very icy, barren wasteland. So I'm not as interested in what's going on over there as I am what is happening in Ravka. I have noticed it's interesting because people often say that the Grisha trilogy is nothing compared to the Six of Crows duology, and I kind of put that down to Leigh Bardugo being a debut author when she wrote the Grisha trilogy. I do think that the Grisha trilogy is a very strong, classic, young adult, fantasy themed type series. I really enjoy it. Six of Crows is very dark, very grimy, very atmospheric, and also extremely character driven. So when I started reading this, I kind of expected it to be more like Six of Crows in the writing, because I saw the progression and the differences as at least partially being down to Leigh Bardugo's growth as an author. However, this is very much in the classic young adult fantasy style. It is written similarly to the Grisha trilogy. It's not as dark. There is definitely themes of darkness in here, and one of the underlying themes of this entire book is the internal darkness that all of the main characters are fighting, but it doesn't have that grimy, dirty feel that Six of Crows has that I really loved. The writing doesn't feel as strong because it just doesn't feel as atmospheric. It feels lighter in a lot of ways, and it's proving to be a pretty quick read, but I'm not as sucked into the story. I'm not losing myself in Ravka. Like, I'm very much in the present reading a book. I'm not absorbed by the story. I have no desire to pick it up. Like, I am picking it up every night when I go to bed to read my daily buddy read section, but aside from that, there's nothing in it that's really making me want to pick it up. I didn't read the last chapter I was supposed to read yesterday, and the chapter before that ends on a cliffhanger. So the last line is something happens, and then it switches to another character's perspective that follows on with what happens, and I just closed the book and was like, okay, I'm done. In the middle of this big thing that was happening where one of the characters was actually in danger. So yeah, I'm not disliking it, but I'm not super into it either. As for King of Sword and Sky, which is the 3rd book in the Time and Soul series, have not picked that up yet this week. Like I said, I've been reading this between the hours of like midnight and 3 AM. So when I'm done with my section, I have been going to bed. Hopefully I will be able to finish that before the end of the month, the end of the week. Who even knows? I literally just want to play Fortnite. And I know that it's bad because I'm really playing a lot of it, but I do tend to really not obsess over things, but when I do something, I tend to do it every single day until it's out of my system, and I'm just currently in a big Fortnite mood. The only hobby that I actually stick with on a regular basis is reading. Everything else, I'll kind of do it every day for a month and then not look at it for another year. So let's just hope that this Fortnite binge burns out of my system, although it is unlikely, sadly, because the new season does start on the 4th of June and I have enough V-Bucks to buy the battle pass. So it's unlikely that I'm going to get it out of my system, but we can only hope. Hey guys, so fun fact, I don't actually have anything to tell you today. I'm just getting as much use out of this makeup as I possibly can because I just filmed Bookopoly and my Make Your Myth Taker TBR, which will be going up tomorrow. I haven't edited it yet. I finished filming like 2 hours ago, and then I took some photos afterwards because I want to get as much out of this makeup as possible, and then I spent like an hour editing them. So yeah, I've pretty much wasted my afternoon. It took me a long time to film Bookopoly, and then I edited photos for the hell of it. I did want to do a little bit of work today, but I don't have anything to do tomorrow providing that I do get my Bookopoly TBR edited, so I'll just push the extra thing that I was going to do today over to then. I think this evening I'm going to get takeout and watch a film because Curtis said that he wanted to watch either Atlantis or something else on Disney Plus. Oh, the Winnie the Pooh movie, the newest one with Ewan McGregor, and he wanted to watch that. So we'll be watching a film in a little bit, having a cozy little Saturday night. I will just give you a little bit of a reading update while I'm here because I'm here for no other reason. I'm on page 370 of King of Scars, so I have 140 pages left to read before the end of tomorrow, which I'm definitely going to do. It looks unlikely that I'm going to finish this, which is sad, but I'm hoping to maybe get to around page 300, so I only have 150 pages left. Essentially, I'm fucked. I'm fucked for this month and next month because of my reading slump. Do I regret not reading? No, because reading is for enjoyment. Like, yes, I get a lot of other stuff out of reading, like handle ideas, video ideas, more compelling vlogs than this one, but I've had a really good time just playing Fortnite in my spare time, which is weird because you know me, I love productivity, but yeah, I've had a pretty chill month. I do need to ramp up the reading a little bit. I'm a little bit more organized with my candle orders than I was going into last month, so hopefully that will ease off a little bit. Got all my stock for my plaque, so when I dedicate a little bit of time to that, then that should clear up pretty quickly and everything hopefully will be fine and dandy. But I do need to read. I've just filmed my Bookopoly TBR and realized that this is 750 pages when I thought that it was 600 something. So I do need to read this before next Sunday, which is gonna be fun because it is also my best friend Ryan's birthday next Thursday. So I obviously can't see him. He lives like 80 miles away from me anyway, but I obviously can't see him because lockdown is still in place. But that is also the day that the battle pass renews for Fortnite, so we will probably spend our evening playing Fortnite together because that's pretty much how we spend, like how we communicate with each other anyway. But yeah, I just wanted to come in and get a little bit more use out of this makeup because I do really like it. My eyeshadow took me a long time and I thought it was going to end really badly, but I pulled it off okay, and I'm loving how chunky this is. It's been a while since I've done a chrome braid, and this, as you can see, is only a half one, but the blonde is like really making it pop, which I'm really enjoying. Although when I was filming, it did make my forehead incredibly sweaty. But that is all I've got to tell you because I don't actually have anything to tell you. I'm just here for the sake of it. So I'm gonna go hopefully order some food. I've just texted Curtis. Hopefully he replies. I don't know what he's doing upstairs. I mean, he's only upstairs. I could just go and talk to him, but I don't like to walk upstairs unless I have to, you know. I'm a simple girl. I have simple troubles. So I'm gonna go do some stuff, hopefully do some reading, and I will see you guys tomorrow.
Get the fake. Look at that.
Oh, yeah. That's not going to look aesthetically pleasing in the ASMR video. What are you vlogging? Stop it.
Hey guys, it's 5 AM. I haven't been to bed yet. I did not have a productive day yesterday at all like I wanted to, and I'm once again up at this time when I should be asleep because now I have quite a bit to do tomorrow. I haven't edited book properly or anything, but I did just want to come in and talk to you guys about something before I do go to bed, and that is what is going on in the world right now. On Monday night, a black man called George Floyd was murdered by 4 police officers. There are protests springing up, both peaceful protests, less peaceful protests. There's also riots. I wanted to address this because it is important for all people, all creators with a platform to speak up on this matter. I am shocked, I am disgusted, and I'm horrified by what I am seeing on Twitter right now. I don't look at the news because I don't trust the news in any country. I would much rather get my information from Twitter, where I have sources from people who are at these protests, people who are risking their lives, people who are being tear gassed, people who are being shot with rubber bullets, thrown to the ground, beaten by police officers, and I am so shocked. It is hard for me to fathom as a white passing UK person who lives in the north of England where things are reasonably chill. I'm not saying that there are not instances of police brutality in the UK, they definitely are. I would much rather uplift the voices of black people, black creators, and highlight what they're saying because they have been affected by things like this for a very long time. For this to happen once is disgusting, but it hasn't happened once. This is a recurring thing. This is on a regular basis. I have been doing everything that I can, everything in my power. I've been uplifting the voices of people who are there at the protest, uplifting the voices of people who are directly affected by what's going on. I have donated to the Minnesota Freedom Fund, and I will leave a link in my description box if you guys would like to do so. I will also leave a few other links. I'll see what I can find because there are a lot of links being shared on Twitter right now of causes that you can donate to. Whether that is to help people get protective gear for the protests, whether it is to put money into a fund so that the people who are being arrested have bail money there to get them out of jail, or whether that is to George Floyd's memorial. So while I don't know very much about this topic, definitely not enough to speak on it with any authority, and while I am not the person you should be listening to right now, you should be listening to the black people in your life and in your community that are hurting because of this. I just wanted to express that what is happening is not okay. It is disgusting. The videos I have been watching this evening, especially on Twitter, are absolutely vile, and I just wanted you guys to know, and my black friends to know, that I'm horrified. I'm so horrified by what is going on. I stand with you. I support the protests and the riots that are going on right now, as horrifying as they are to watch, as horrifying as it is to go on Twitter and see all of this happening. It is necessary if change is going to happen, and I support you wholeheartedly. So in my description box, as I said, I'm going to link as many resources as I can find so that if any of you guys would like to donate or sign any petitions as well, then you will easily be able to do so. But yeah, I'm going to be going to bed now, and just, if you're in the US right now, please stay safe, or stay as safe as you can. Hey guys, it's Sunday evening now, technically Monday morning, it's past midnight, but only just. I'm here to wrap up the vlog, but I have absolutely nothing new to tell you. I have not read a page since yesterday daytime. We have around 140 pages left of King of Scars, so I'm gonna go to bed and try and read that now. I haven't finished King of Sword and Sky, so my reading is just not where it should be, but to be fair, I can't really read right now. I'm working a lot, so I don't have time. With everything that's going on in the world, I just feel sad a lot and angry a lot. It's got me feeling pretty rough, to be fair. This vlog is not a good vlog, not even in quality. It isn't good in tone because because the whole world has taken a nosedive the further into the week it's gotten. I've just donated some more money. If you guys are unaware, I will put this with the rest of the links in my description box. Jessie from Bow Ties and Books is currently on the front line of the protests in Minneapolis. So I have just PayPal Jessie some money so that they can buy supplies for the protesters. If you follow them on Instagram and you watch their stories, you will get like the first-hand account of being at the protest. It is horrifying, it is harrowing, but it is also so very empowering. I'm just so in awe of Jessie right now. So I donated some money to them so they can buy more supplies to try and keep people a little bit safer, and saying that is so redundant right now because there is no such thing as safety for the people who are out on the streets protesting in the US right now. But I will put the link to donate to Jessie. There's a GoFundMe going at the minute, and Jessie's Venmo and also PayPal are in their stories quite frequently if you would like to give any money through that route. Like I said last night, I will put a whole ton of links in my description box so that you guys can help and you guys can donate if you are able to. I believe that there's quite a nice umbrella link that has a whole ton of resources where you can educate yourself on what's going on, and also it gives you some options on what to donate to and what your money will be going towards. I thought about not posting this vlog, to be fair, but it's still going up because you know me, I still post vlogs if they're not great because I like to show the reality of life as opposed to the pretty picture perfect like this is how I live my daily life, when it's not true. So this vlog is still going up, but I do think that I may take a little bit of a break next week. There will still be a vlog up because I'm up to vlog, I think this is vlog 95 in a row, but I will definitely be taking a couple of days off at the beginning of next week. I may not even tell you in a vlog what I think of King of Scars because my wrap-up's coming up before the following vlog will come up, so I may just leave it at that and then start my vlog on like Wednesday completely fresh with just my new monthly TBR, if I even make it that far, because I'm really struggling to read right now. But I do have a live show for Royal Assassin next Sunday, so I do definitely need to read that, and it's 750 pages, so I'm a little bit worried about that. I'm gonna wrap this vlog up now. I'm gonna get in bed. I'm gonna try and finish a book. If you guys are in the US right now, please stay safe, or as safe as you can. I'm sorry that this vlog has not been very good. I really do apologize for how this week has turned out. I can't even say I hope you enjoyed it if you made it this far. I hope you don't hate it if you've made it this far, and I will see you guys next week. Bye.
Oh, you bite your friend like chocolate. You say you will go where nobody knows, with guns hidden under our petticoats. We're never gonna quit it, no, we're never gonna quit it, no.